Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you to the January 23rd Finance Committee meeting, and I call this meeting to order. If there are no additions or deletions from the agenda, I'll need a motion to accept the agenda as submitted.
Like that
So moved.
player,
I have
from
a
Michigan.
motion, need
At high
a second. I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Uh, Item C, approval of November 8th, 2023 minutes from our last meeting. If there are no additions or deletions, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion to approve minutes.
Second.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All righty. Action item, budget amendments and transfers. Ms. McGlam.
Yes, so in your packet that was loaded in board docs, you'll see where we are amending our state budget primarily to catch us up from our budget resolution where we started the year. And we've had multiple allotment revisions since that point, and this brings everything up to date. Some of the negatives that you'll see, all those negatives are part of some of the true up that we do with charter school adjustments. And then any additional allotments that we get once the state budget's finalized, they give us the remainder of our budget allocations for the school year. And we don't have those available normally when we adopt the initial budget.
And just to remind everyone, the state, which is not unusual, the state budget was passed and completed after our fiscal year started. So we have to make adjustments accordingly and as things change. Any questions from board members on the budget amendments and transfers?
None for me.
If not, I will entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
All right.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All righty. Item 3, information. 3A, annual certified financial report.
Yes, so our ACFR is now complete. Our auditors will be at the February board meeting to present this report. But I wanted it to be out for information and to allow for review for all board members. It'll be a standalone item on the board agenda for February 5th. So I really there hasn't been any significant material findings. Everything was a clean report, and he'll detail all that when he comes in a couple of weeks.
Couple things the public may want to note in this report. There's an excellent organizational chart of our administration leadership to give the names, titles, responsibilities, and even contact information. It's an excellent chart. And there's also to note to commend our finance department. We received a certificate of achievement for excellence in financial reporting, June 30th of 2022. So commend the finance department. And the only comment I have on this or question of Ms. Lamb along with financial report is we, for some time now, have struggled with problems with the financial reporting system. And Ms. McGlam, I understand there may be some progress on that front.
Yes, we're doing some independent evaluation. We're just assessing where we are, determining what our next steps will be, and trying to figure out what we're going to do next. And in that realm right now, the state's modernizing, so we're trying to utilize as much of that process as we can to make sure we make the right next steps.
And for those that may not be aware, can you explain what this system does? In other words, how it's used in your department?
Right now, we are using a financial package that is just the accounting system and accounts payable budgeting. We're currently running our payroll in our legacy system. So just trying to find a platform that is designed specifically to run school districts, because the way school districts run is very different from local governments. So that's some of where we've had some challenge. So we're just evaluating that process and seeing what we can do that will bring all that together.
And this report is to provide the necessary information to local government as well as the state, correct?
Yes, all of our systems are integrated and have a direct communication at the state level. They pull data once a month.
All righty. Any questions for Ms. McLam on that? Great. We'll go
Yeah,
back- Please, Jimmy, Mr. Benson, did you have a question?
I always like to know, did you find anything as you went through it that jumped out at you?
No, really in our financial statements, it looks like we're operating very conservatively. We're very fiscally responsible. So all of that is very evident in what you will see in those exhibits.
And I'll reiterate, there were no findings from the audit report, which is a finding is for those non-accounting types. A finding is basically where the accountant, the CPA, finds something of concern, either how money is listed, how it was moved, what have you, and that's something that would need to be addressed moving forward. And with no findings in a clean audit, that's a great thing.
My point in asking the question wasn't a lack of knowledge on the finding issue. It was just simply, did they, irregardless of what was found or not found, did they and her team find anything that specifically jumped out at them that I wanted to address?
Right. No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, we'll move to item 3B, budget update.
So I just wanted to make sure and take this opportunity to bring everybody, remind everyone where we are in the budget process. We're currently, and I didn't load the calendar that you all approved, but in January, historically, January, first part of February, we're gathering data, we're meeting with departments. I have multiple meetings scheduled with every department to discuss their current budget and what items they are needing to potentially have mandatory increases that we need to discuss. I'm looking for redirects from every department. Approximately 5% is what I've asked for everyone to bring to the table, just because, as you all know, we are working to find out how we may be able to sustain some of the ESSER funded items. So we are working through that process. Once we complete that, the cabinet will begin reviewing and evaluating those items so that Dr. Houlihan can build his budget for presentation to you all. We'll start some work sessions and have some of those discussions, but I just kind of wanted to give you an update where we are in January. We're doing that meeting with departments. I haven't heard anything from the state level. We are in a biennium, we're in the second year of the biennium budget. So anticipate there won't be a lot of changes, but I will be at a conference the week of February the 4th. That's a state level conference for several days. We do get we have a lot of discussions and get a lot of updates from DPI regarding state budget items. So I hope that after that conference, I'll have a little more detail about what we need to anticipate for this year.
Just a couple points, just to let everyone know, the ESSER funding effectively ends at the end of this current fiscal year. So the challenges, the learning loss are still there for a lot of districts, but the ESSER funding will be coming to a close. So that means you have to depend on your regular operating or capital budget to make up the difference. And Dr. Houlihan, I assume that I know you have ongoing conversations with the county, but I assume at this point you've had some at least initial comments or contacts with the county about next year's fiscal budget, correct?
That is correct. And we have regular standing meetings between staff and staff on a monthly basis, and those will also ramp up as we get closer to March and April. So, but yes, they are very well aware of the budget constraints we have for this year, and we're working through it.
Okay. And as a member of the facilities committee, I can let everyone know that we've already had our 2-on-2 meetings with facilities staff to look at our CIP, and so we're making progress on that front. Are there any other questions from other board members regarding the budget update? All righty, hearing none, we'll go to item 3C, COVID relief funding update.
Yes, so as normal, I bring you all just an update of funding as of December 31st, just where we stand, all the information that we have access to that DPI has built for us, which has been really great to have everything in one place for the public and anyone else that wants to go view any of our funding and any status of funding. We've had several that have expired. There's a few things that are kind of intermixed. So as they expire, I am pulling them off. We are in the last round, which we anticipate will only be available through the end of September of 2024. So that'll get us through some of our summer programs and other items, but pretty much we're anticipating to have as much of this exhausted by the end of the school year that we can, so that we're able to reconcile and ensure that we've spent as much of it as possible.
Any questions for Ms. McLean? All right. We'll go to item 4, our next meeting, tentatively set for February 27th, of course, via Zoom. And if there are no other issues or comments to come before the committee meeting, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
And I will second. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone, for attending. Thank you,
Thank
folks. Have a
you.
great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.